All right, so the concept I want to talk about here real quick is when I learn a piece of music, especially if it's written, it's notated and tabbed, I try not to look at the tab because I don't want to be influenced on the way I play it. The way this was transcribed in 2009 is different than I showed you guys in this lesson. The first arpeggio I play slightly different. Now I did that because on this guitar it's hard to reach low notes higher up on the fretboard, so it was easier for me to change the position. And a lot of times also I won't look at the tab because I don't want to be influenced by how somebody else would play it. And you know, sometimes maybe if I get in a weird place, like I can't figure something out or it's just not natural, if I can't figure out another way to do it, I'll look at the tab and sometimes that'll show me something. Oh, I didn't even think of that. So that's what we're going to do here real quick. I'm going to show you 4 different ways to play this arpeggio. And they all sound different too, because you end up playing on the E string as opposed to some of them don't. They play on the B string as the last note. So again, there's different tones out of all the strings. So just experiment with every lick that you play. Try and play it in a million different areas so you don't always have to play it in the one area. So this lick starts out, it's just that simple arpeggio. We did 9, 10 on the D string to 13 on the D string, 12 G string, and 11 on B string. Right? Now the way it was transcribed, he went from the 14th to 15 on the A string, and then he did the same pattern, 13, 12, 11 on the D, D, G, and B string. Now that gives you a nice sweep across the strings, and you can do it pretty quickly without that open string. Right? But to me, again, on this guitar, it was hard to do that. So it was easier to do. And you get a hammer on there, and you only do a 2-note sweep. That worked a little better for me. Again, it sounds a little different because the string's a little thicker on this. And then you get to sweep across that. Well, another way to do this is you can do 9, 10 on the D string, then 8 and 8 on the G and B string, and 11 on the B string. Right? Or a fourth way to do this, you can do, again, 9, 10, then 8 and 8 on the G and B string again, but this time you play this note on the 6th fret of the E string. So you have... Now you can actually take that B note and do it down here and do... So that's a 4th way of doing this. So you do 4th fret to 5th fret on the G string. Right? Then you can actually take these 2 notes, so you have your E flat note. Right? You can do it that way. Or you could take this note, which is your G note, and play it there. So there's like 5, 6 different ways to play this. And they all sound a little different. They all offer different picking technique. And now I wouldn't play that lick here necessarily because the next part of the lick is, right? So you're not going to want to do that big of a jump. And again, that's a determining factor on how you play a certain thing. What's going to come up next? You don't want to be jumping all over the neck. Maybe you do. But the easiest way for me to play this was one of these 2 patterns. Or, right? This one was even, might have worked. But then when you start getting down here, it just doesn't kind of work with how fast this goes and what comes up next. So that's just an idea of how to explore with this stuff. I mean, there's a million different ways to play it, and it's fun to figure out what works best with your own playing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, again, click like and subscribe and share this video. Really sharing the videos really helps us get a couple more eyes on this, and let us know what else you guys want to see. If you want to see more of these quick licks, or you want more of the long lessons, or the lesson packages. If you guys want something different than what we're offering, in the description below we have a link to our Alan Hinds and Josh Smith lesson packages, and I have a bunch of lesson packages on pentatonics and playing over chord changes that are all going to be coming out at the beginning of the year. But if there's something specific you guys want, like a lesson package on arpeggios or something, or pentatonic licks, or just general noodling, let me know. Let us know. All right, thanks guys. See you on the next lesson.